Hello, everyone. Welcome to In It Together, our daily devotional series, where as we are continuing to practice social distancing, we are really practicing distance loving. My name is Reverend Thomas Harper, and I am one of the associate pastors at St. Luke's United Methodist Church. So today I've been thinking a lot about values, about what really matters most to us. I don't know, I guess it's in light of everything that's been going on and everything that's been forced to be stripped away during this time of quarantine, really offers us a unique opportunity to ask that question. What really matters? What are we really valuing? I am in Paul's letter to the Philippians, and it's interesting because that letter is thought to, Paul was writing that either from prison or on house arrest. And I think that's pretty fitting because I know a lot of us feel as though we may be feeling like we're under house arrest. This is Philippians 3:4-11. If anyone else has reason to be confident in the flesh, I have more. Circumcised on the 8th day, a member of the people of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin. I was a Hebrew born of Hebrews. As to the law, a Pharisee. As to zeal, a persecutor of the church. As to righteousness under the law, I was blameless. Yet, whatever gains I had, these I have come to regard as loss because of Christ. More than that, I regard everything as loss because of the surpassing value of knowing Jesus Christ as my Lord. For his sake, I have suffered the loss of all things, and I regard them as rubbish in order that I may gain Christ and be found in him, not having a righteousness of my own that comes from the law, but one that comes through faith in Christ, the righteousness from God based on faith. I want to know Christ and the power of his resurrection and the sharing of his suffering by becoming like him even in his death, if somehow I may attain the resurrection from the dead. And so Paul is saying that now that I know Christ, now that I have encountered the risen Lord, everything else that I used to value, everything else that I used to put up on a pedestal or had as a trophy in my bookshelf that made me who I thought I was, is nothing compared to what I now have in Christ. Paul almost sounds like he's just bragging here in his letter. He says, if anybody has a reason to boast, it's me. I had everything. He said, I was circumcised, which of course was the sign of being a part of God's chosen people. He was from the tribe of Benjamin, which he says with honor, says, the distinguished, well-known tribe, the tribe that brought forth the very first king of Israel, King Saul. He referred to himself as a Hebrew born of Hebrews. Saying that he's not ashamed of his heritage. He wasn't ashamed of being a Jew. A lot of times during that time, because of the Greek and Hellenistic influences, they would kind of hide their Jewishness. He said, no, that's not me. I was a Jew through and through. And more than that, I was a Pharisee, which means he would have known the law perfectly. If you want to talk about being righteous based on the law, I knew it. And I was blameless in it. He said, I had a great zeal about my work. In fact, I used to persecute this followers of the way. What's more, I was a citizen of Rome, or I am a citizen of Rome. I have the political power as well. So not only am I a Jew, not only am I a Pharisee, not only do I know the law and follow it perfectly, I'm also a Roman citizen, which means I have the political power as well. Look at the list of things that make me who I am. And you know what? When I encountered Christ, I saw that list was meaningless. That list meant nothing compared to knowing Christ as my Lord. Paul has had a major life-altering event when he encounters Christ. I regard everything as a loss because of the surpassing value of knowing Christ as my Lord. We're going through a major life event here as well. I don't think anybody's going to look back in history on 2020 and not think about what is going on right now with this social distancing and this quarantine. And similarly, I think it gives us an opportunity to question what our values are, what really matters. When things are stripped away, when our identity is being threatened because we really can't work the way we used to work. What is considered essential and non-essential? We talk about that a lot. Some things just don't seem that important anymore, or at least right now. I think when you're put in a situation like this, you have a unique opportunity to reassess what matters most. What do you value? I've been spending a lot of time with my family, and it's a reminder to me that, yeah, jobs are really important, and we need jobs because we need to be able to provide for our families. But our jobs are not who we are, or shouldn't be the thing that identifies us or that we put the most value in, because they may not always be there. And then where do you place your value? Our family is going to be there. And so for me, I think that what I invest in the people that I love the most has got to be a core value for me. I hear a lot of people talking about as things start to slowly reopen, how are we going to go back to the way things were before? Or even if it's a good idea to go back to the way things were before. Maybe some of the things that we have learned that don't matter that much anymore shouldn't matter when we all reopen back up. What are the good things that we've learned during this time that we will carry with us even when all of these restrictions are lifted? In light of this world events, how is that going to affect what we value? A couple years ago, I led a family retreat where I invited each of the families to get together and just write a list of their core family values, what matters most to them. And I think in light of this fairly unique situation that removes all of the non-essentials from our life, we have an opportunity to reassess and reevaluate what matters most. So I want to invite you over the course of this week, get your family together and sit down and talk about what you value most as a family. What makes up the identity of your family? Whether that's honoring one another, cherishing the little things, investing in the God that provides for us, cleaning up after yourself. Spend some time with your family doing that so that you can kind of recenter and refocus on what matters most, and at the end of the day, what doesn't. I want to leave you with a passage from the same letter of Philippians. This is Philippians 1, 3 through 11. I thank my God every time I remember you, constantly praying with joy in every one of my prayers for all of you, because of your sharing in the gospel from the first day until now. I am confident of this, that the one who began a good work among you will bring it to completion by the day of Jesus Christ. It is right for me to think this way about you because I hold you in my heart. For all you share in God's grace with me, both in my imprisonment and in my defense and confirmation of the gospel. And so, friends, know that we are holding you in our hearts, and that we are continuing to pray for you during this time. And we love you, and we want you to continue to love each other well, to take care, and we will see you again soon.